it. We could do this. All right, welcome everybody. I'm going to have Carol read our statement of intent.
We are fortunate to have a variety of speakers for Sunday services. By using guest speakers, we gain wisdom from all those who share. This is a church where you can worship the God of your own understanding, a place to experience joy and be uplifted, a place where we can gain strength and inspiration to share with all we meet throughout the week. We invite you to join us in this celebration of life, to nourish your spirit, and to enjoy the company of kindred souls.
Amen.
Amen.
All right. So at this time, we're going to sing Let There Be Peace on Earth, which you'll find number 3 in Wings of Song, or you can check out the words on the white card. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. At this time, Kathleen will give us an invocation opening prayer, but it's going to be a little different than normal. So she's going to take over and do some music on her harmonia, as well as giving us some wise words.
So I'll teach you the words so that you can sing along. This was written by Paramahansa Yogananda, and I'm just going to change one of his words. I don't think he's going to mind, but you can do whatever you like. We start with the Om to get centered, and then the words are thou and I, my Lord. But I say love, because back in his time, Lord was a symbol of awe, and but it triggers people a lot of times, so I change it to love, and I don't think he'd mind. So thou and I, my love. Do you want to try saying it? Thou and I, my love. Thou and I, my love. Thou and I, never apart. Thou and I, never apart. Wave of the sea. Dissolve in the sea. Wave in the sea, dissolve in the sea. I am a bubble, make me the sea. I am a bubble, make me the sea. So it repeats over and over. You'll get it. And then after we kind of get really centered, then I'll stop, and you can just have some silence to have the richness of thou and I. And then you'll hear me come back with the harmonium, and then we'll end it. Do you need any more help with the words, or do you think you have them? They repeat, so the main thing, thou and I, never apart. That's the most important. So just join me when you can.
And now we're going to sing How Can I Keep From Singing? The words should be around somewhere for you to take a look.
Well, I just want to add one thing.
Oh, one thing.
This is a Shaker tune, and you know they understood God as He, as the masculine, and we know now that source is the Creator is masculine and feminine, the divine masculine and feminine. So I didn't change their words, but when I sing on verse 2, songs in the night He giveth, I say God giveth, but use whatever word you want for that. You could even say they give it, because in Hebrew, the creation story, God is they, so.
My life flows on in endless song above earth's lamentation. I hear the sweet, though far off hymn that hails a new creation. No storm can shake my inmost calm, while to that rock I'm clinging, since Christ is Lord of heaven and earth. How can I keep from singing? What though my joys and comforts die? I know my Savior liveth. What though the darkness gather round? Songs in the night He giveth. Through all the tumult and the strife, I hear the music ringing. It finds an echo in my soul. How can I keep from singing? The peace of Christ makes fresh my heart, a fountain ever springing. All things are mine, since I am His. How can I keep from singing?
And you can
No
turn it down
storm
now,
can shake my
because it goes into
inmost
another song.
while to that rock I'm clinging.
All right. So at this time, my name is Sue Brewer. I'm the president of the Board of Trustees here at Lake Superior Interfaith Community Church. Our speaker today is Kathleen Abel. It has been forever since you've been back to see us, and I'm so happy that she said yes. So here she is in person. Her spiel for today is change the internal to change the external, being adept at stability no matter what. And we're looking forward to that, and as well as her sharing all kinds of talents today. So in our announcements today, we have a couple of announcements. Number one, 6:30, Unity Book Group on Mondays. They're still reading Mary Magdalene Revealed. Carol always has the book up there. Oh, 6 o'clock, okay. So 6 o'clock on Monday. So, but this is a very interesting book, as all of you might remember. Kim Lutkey referred to it quite a bit when she spoke recently. And we were all impressed. Okay, so I will change that on here so I make sure it's right. All right, and then on Tuesdays at 1 o'clock, Sue Hall, if you are interested in this group for Tuesdays at 1, she is back there, and raise your hand. Just everybody knows, most of you. Anyway, so they are viewing the Abraham and Wayne Dyer video, and then they're discussing it at the meeting time. All right, now Pam Lasasso is usually here on Sunday afternoons to give you free angel messages, but she's had to change her plans for today. She's a little busy today. So she will be here next week on the 17th doing free angel readings in the library room after service. May 24th, which is 2 weeks away, Connie Carter will be here, and she will be doing some prayer treatments after the service, and then she will give a workshop or session doing a deep dive of what her topic was, just in case. And next week it is Barbara With who will be speaking, and she will be talking about the summer of love. So that's May 17th. And if anybody is interested, on May 17th, the board will be holding a board retreat. What we will be doing is we will be constructing a visioning board. If you find images in a magazine or whatever, and you think, oh, this is part of what I envisioned for the church, don't be afraid to bring it in. We'll throw it on the visioning board, because we're going to make it possible for you to also add to it over time. So it's the board's ideas of what we think is going to be for the future of the church, but also we want your input. So if you have pictures or ideas or poems or images that you want us to put on this visioning board, or if you want to just do it later, that's great. But just keep that in mind so we can keep that vision moving forward. I think now it's time for us to read our principles. You'll find those on the white card. Most of you already have those out, but they are in the songbooks. And the declaration is at the top. So we believe God is the eternal source and creator of all, and is present in everything. Our eternal soul, endowed with free will, grows through many lifetimes. Communication occurs between the physical and spiritual worlds. Prayer and meditation strengthen our connection to the divine. All healing comes from Source. Seeking this for ourselves and compassion for others' suffering is the highest priority. Because we are all one, what we do unto others, we do unto ourselves. The choice of love is always open for every soul. Living these principles leads us to grow in divine love. At this time, let's also read the prayer for spiritual healing, which is on the bottom of the flip side of the white card. And while I'm reading this, could somebody please bring forth the healing bowl? I ask the great unseen healing force to remove all obstructions from my mind and body and to restore me to perfect health. I ask this in all sincerity and honesty, and I will do my part. I ask this great unseen healing force to help both present and absent ones who are in need of help, and to restore them to perfect health. We put our trust in the love and power of God. So at this time, is there anyone who has some prayer requests?
Continued healing for Denise Jackson, and I haven't heard how she is, but I just continued healing for her, and also for Carolyn Sheets. She's really doing well. She's getting stronger and stronger. That's wonderful, so thank you.
Anyone else with some prayer requests? Yep, come on up here.
Prayers for Ian and Anana, my grandchildren who are needing healing from sports injuries. Thank you.
Continued healing for Gloria Mead, also known as Mommy, because she's my mom, and that she can recover from her stroke. She is really smart as a whip, and that her everything can recover, eyesight and everything. And also continued healing for family relationships in my family.
Thanks, Lucy. Well, always remember, you can always place somebody's name and your intention into our bowl for healing, and that is powerful in itself. It is continuously working on the healing prayers throughout 24/7. Also remember that if you want to, you can put it in a piece of paper, you can put it in an intention, but it always will be prayed for. So at this time, we'll do the singing bowl for a moment, and then we will sing number 74 in the silence. In the silence, there is a sacred place, a secret meeting place. Love is there. In the silence, where every color blends and every rainbow ends, good is there. In the light, now you find that you know peace of mind. In the silence, your path is paved in gold, and all your dreams unfold. Love is there. Peace is there. Love is there. Love is there.
So for our healing meditation, I'll invite you to close your eyes and go within and take in a breath and see if you can feel God's love light coming in through your nostrils and down your throat, illuminating your mind and dropping down into your heart and softening your heart, and then just filling your whole body. And now I'll read words from Sandra Walter. so that we can connect with the cosmos. We call forth the pure, organic, primary Christed timelines of ascension to override and overwrite all lower timelines and distortions, and provide the pure and true organic experience for all willing hearts. I release any belief that does not belong to me or is not an expression of my full divinity. Thank you. We call forth the positive photonic light and source encoded plasma to infuse the cosmic stargates, Solaris, Gaia, kingdoms, elementals, and beloved humanity. Across all timelines, parallel realities, seen and unseen, to puritize and divinitize all creations to the highest level allowed by cosmic law. I open myself as a conduit of source. I'm going to say that again because it's so important. I open myself as a conduit of source, the one pure and true infinite creator, to flow the diamond solar light of revelation, unconditional love, and purification through all of these realms in the highest interests of all concerned and in service to the organic ascension. And so it is. And so with a deep breath, let's come back to one another. I just want to take in all your beautiful faces. I'm so grateful to be back here. Oh, it's been 10 years. And some of you I haven't met yet. But I know if you're here for a really good reason, because you've got a divine destiny. And I wish everyone a happy Mother's Day, because the focus is about the Divine Mother. I'm so glad that you're talking about Mary Magdalene, Yeshua's wife, and the mother of their children. Duluth has always been an important place for me, and I want to thank you for that, because it was here that when I was living here, that I decided to go to Boston to seminary. And then 3 years later, when I have my MDiv, I rushed back to Duluth. I couldn't wait. And all of you have been always so welcoming. Even when I had my little spiritual congregation in the funeral home up in Hermantown, we still shared resources and information. It was wonderful. And when my husband had Alzheimer's, the last thing that we were able to do when I was able to help him in and out of the car, we would drive around the lake every day to a different spot. So Duluth and all of you in your warmth and welcoming spirit have been an important part of my life. When Bill passed, I moved to Wisconsin so that I'd have a fresh start, meeting new people, no past, just the present. But it's interesting that 2 years ago when I was in Duluth, something happened after I left Duluth. I was on my bluff. I lived on a bluff looking at the Mississippi River, and I fell off the bluff. And I think Lita can identify with this because she had a brain injury. Well, I had a near-death experience, and so would have been very easy for me to have stayed, to have been where I was, but I came back, and so that's why I'm doubly happy to be standing here with all of you. Where I went was the most comforting, blackest of dark, which I realized after a bit was the divine womb of Divine Mother. And she asked me to return in order to remind everyone what you are doing with your Mary Magdalene study, to embody, well, first to seek within yourself and embody, male and female both, the divine feminine, to become physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually balanced. And that will help everyone and the whole planet. whether they know it or not. As you probably know, but I had to learn from tumbling off my cliff, that we're shifting from one state of consciousness into another permanently. And what a lot of people forget is that our body, this holy temple, is the conduit for this transcendent experience. So I had to slam my skull into a tree stump so hard that the stump split in two. There was blood and hair on each stump to learn about transcendence. That was God's way of letting me know this vehicle is very, very important. But you and I are also much more gently being transformed every day. But many people aren't aware of it. They're on their cell phones and they don't even look at the sun. So let's remind them that the light plasma, the source particles, magnetics, harmonics, cosmic solar radiation, all of that is lifting and activating and expanding our consciousness. And we sometimes forget that every choice, I mean, every breath we're getting filled, right? But then every choice affects your cells. Our telomeres are getting bigger, longer, and we say the phrase, as above, so below, but how many of us realize that every emotional choice we make, every thought we make, can either inhibit or expand the universe? Our exposure to all this quickening is activating a new body right this minute and is empowering us with greater self-realization. And as we do that, we're meeting the higher realms of Gaia, the higher dimensions. And at the same time, without us even having to think about it, the dense realities, the hell on earth, as we sometimes feel, those illusions are fading away because there's no energetic support. So before I tumbled off my bluff, I felt my spirit rise out of my body. Did you feel anything, Lita, when you don't remember? I was stepping out of my porch and my spirit just left. And I went, of course, with it because that's where my consciousness was. It was like dropping a winter coat. So you can remind everyone, if they have fear of death, not to worry. It's easy as breathing. And far, far away, I heard somebody scream. I guess it was me. And I was absolutely uninterested. I felt no pain. Instead, I melted into this luxurious, you would think nothingness and darkness would be scary, but it wasn't. It was absolutely, there's no words for it. Velvety would be too small and limited a word. The spaciousness of this nothingness was, I realized little by little, was all possibility. It's what is before the breath. It's that in between the breath. And words like wholeness or perfection or unconditional love, that just falls flat. And what I learned was that that metamorphosis is a conscious process, and again, that our body is the conduit. So it's happening without just like you're not controlling your heart beating or anything. Our metamorphosis is happening just like the caterpillar and the butterfly, or like the dragonfly. Did you realize the dragonfly is really a parasite in the swamp before it climbs up a stalk of grass? Why does it leave the darkness? How does it know at one point to climb up that leaf of grass into the sunlight? And it's the sunlight that activates the mechanism that pumps the liquid that it was in and unfolds its wings. And that's what's happening to us right now. It's like, wow, why worry about anything? Is anything more magical and wonderful than this? So, if you will, let's celebrate our body right now, that it's doing all these things without our even awareness. And if you're willing, take in a cleansing breath. And as you release it, once you repeat after me, if you feel it resonates, I am honored. I am honored. Let's say it aloud. To inhabit and animate you. To inhabit and animate you. To co-create this ascension process with you. To co-create this ascension process with you. I trust you. I trust you. We are safe. We are safe. I believe in you. I believe in you. I will take care of you. I will take care of you. And face any fears. And face any fears with solutions. With solutions. So you may create what I request. So you may create what I request. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Gratitude is the strongest healing balm. Are you ever triggered by an event and you feel your stomach clench? Or your throat tighten? Or your head, you get a migraine? So how many of us think of that as a gift? Because, oh, yay, there's some hands going up. Yes, especially the solar plexus, especially for women or the divine feminine men. It's, it's our power, and it's been silenced for so long. So that's our body telling us there's something inside that wants some attention, right? So maybe we could, we're going to do some open mic stuff today, so I can hear from you, because I want to know what's on your heart. Whoops.
You get to have that one over there.
Okay. Who would be brave enough to talk about what, in just a sentence or two, what derails your peace?
Anyone? Come on now.
Well, the stomach clenching is when you're going in a wrong direction or something around you in your environment is horribly, horribly wrong. And for some reason you aren't able to intellectually describe it, your stomach will clench or start to turn. And that will make you really re-look at it and really intellectually analyze it, which you wouldn't have done without that stomach clenching. And there's even an old-fashioned phrase, the gut feeling. And it's a wonderful guidance. It's like spirits are causing your stomach to clench. Something outside of you in the spirit world is making this happen. Or maybe it's inside of you. I don't know where it comes from. I don't need to know. But it's something needed to be listened to. It's a warning.
That's beautiful. Thank you. Anyone else want to say what derails you? There'll be more questions and chance for you to pop in. So whatever we attract, it's a co-creation, right, of everything. And so we should really, in a neutral state, take a look at what's coming up, because it's really not happening to us, it's for us, right? And it's through us. A trained mind knows that everything is a divine creation between God and me. And the only thing that's ever in the way is me. On my bluff, I lived alone like a hermit on the days that I wasn't with my Viroqua church community. My forest companions were birds and a squirrel, deer, and Woody my woodchuck. However, the day I fell, I just happened to have a shaman friend visiting, and we were planning a meditation event. Shakar said when she couldn't find me, a host of angels rushed up to her and led her to where I was lying, bleeding in a fetal position. They warned her not to touch me. She's at her choice point. So does everyone realize that before you incarnate, you pick a couple times when you might want to leave if you're feeling like your work is done? after a while, the angel said I was coming back, so she phoned the ambulance, and I woke when they were stitching up my scalp, and a few friends were smiling back at me. I was wearing a neck brace because in your vertebrae, you have the round knobs on either side of your vertebrae. Well, they had been broken off, and so I should have had a broken neck, but I didn't. And I had a minor brain injury, but I walked out of the emergency room because everything is an opportunity. And I realized in my dizziness and unusual lightness of step that I'd released my denser self. So the reason I'm sharing that is because that's what's going on with all of us. Do you feel like time is different for you than it was maybe 10 years ago? And do you feel like maybe there's a lightness in your body, or maybe palpitations in your heart? Does anyone have any sensations that they're recognizing? So I had lost some of my 3D self, and more of my higher self had stepped in, and that's what's going on right now for all of us. I felt like everything in my life up to this moment of liberation had happened to someone else. So little by little, people are going to start feeling like the past doesn't really matter anymore. Anybody feeling like that? And less connection to what was before. What I came to realize that the details I remembered, but I had no sorrow about betrayals or upsets. And so, are you feeling like you're emotionally less triggered by any chance? It will be happening if it hasn't happened yet. I felt Divine Mother's neutrality, and my heart was like this radiant sun shining equally on everyone, just like the sun, right? So as Shakara drove us home, I realized, amused, that my higher self had never incarnated on Earth before. So even though I had 60 years of a perfect driving record, I had no idea how to drive a car because it had never driven. So Shakara had to teach me, and what was amazing was the colors were more vibrant, the sounds were louder, and human beings in La Crosse, they were running around, and I just found it to be very amusing. And so, or I should say the higher self did, and I couldn't practice driving anymore. I had to give the wheel to Shakara because I would be laughing and laughing. I can share that Margaret and I were together yesterday, and we had a bout of laughter, just like the Buddha. So that's what 5D is going to be like. It's kind of being in the world, but not of it, as Jesus said. And this is the journey we're undertaking, that everything is guiding us to our own ignorance, because we want to glean all that we can, moving from the mindset where we're pressed by families and friends, education, social conditioning, politics, even religion, into this tiny compression of oneself. And we're moving into this deep, expansive breath of freedom and the truth of who you really are. You really are infinite divinity. Now I want to hear who can tell me a time when you recognized that the external world was trying to dim your light. When did you first notice that? Everybody's too shy? How about, is somebody, okay, we have somebody.
Probably just like social groups at school, and like how you can only fit in one box and you're not allowed to be many things at once.
Exactly. That whole game of separating us and to make us, let's face it, the game of 3D is there's a group of service to self people who want to keep us separate so that we don't come into our power, because when we're unified, we are one in spirit. When we're unified, we create heaven on earth. So That's a perfect example. Thank you. How about, do you feel distracted by the outer trauma drama? And how do you free yourself? Because there's a lot going on.
Well, I have a tendency to curl up on the couch with my cats
Oh, nice. I love it.
and I don't watch, I have the television on to, on something that is not talk about news or what's going on or this is happening or
Right.
that's happening. Something completely different.
Yeah, something fun.
Yeah, and it's on, and it's noise. I don't have to listen to the tinnitus in my ears. Just, and then, just kind
And
of
you
try to
feel-
be in my own little chair.
You feel better.
And I do.
Good.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Do you ever feel guilty for being happy? When, there's a conditioning that, how can you be happy when everyone is suffering? Do you ever get that?
I do.
Okay.
Of course, I don't like this war thing.
No, nobody does.
And so what do? I do things that make me happy.
Yay.
I'll even tear up because I'm so happy just
Aw.
watching the Waltons.
Oh, nice. Right, because you're tuning into the truth of you, right?
Yeah, because I just love the family, the love of their family, even though it's a show. But I watch it every day because I'll tear up with joy.
Yay! And joy.
And that's what we need more of.
You bet.
Yay.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Wonderful, beautiful.
Okay, so I listen to I'm really a big fan of Apple News and NPR. I listen to the news a lot, and for a while I was like, it kind of bothered my stomach, actually.
Yes, of course.
Where I was like feeling really hateful feelings toward the current president, and everyone who had wronged me in my life was, felt like it was embodied in him. And just this hate, hate, hate. And then I had a dream, and in the dream, the current president was visiting with me. We were hanging out together, and he had found his inner Buddhahood. And he
Nice.
had become a philanthropist, and he was talking about, especially to like Greenpeace and other environmental causes. And he was talking to me about different ones that he was like working for without pay, volunteering for, and donating huge amounts of money to.
Nice.
And I realized from that we all have an inner Buddhahood, no matter who we are, and this doesn't matter who you are. You could be totally, just somebody who's done really great harm to people. You do have this potential.
Right.
And instead of being a hater, I should be praying for people.
Yes.
So after that, I started praying for a lot of people who I would never have prayed for before.
Well, hallelujah. That's fabulous. Yeah, because just imagine, if we all incarnate, somebody has to volunteer to be the bad guys, right? I didn't sign up for that. I maybe did in another lifetime. But think of what a role that is, because what does contrast do? What's the whole point of it?
The whole point of it is to be able to change and find your inner Buddhahood, even though you're doing horrible things and involved in horrible stuff.
Yeah, because there's nothing like a bad or I shouldn't use the word bad, of an undesired, a preference that isn't really yours, to help clarify what you really do want. In other words, if you grow up in a family where people are brutal, you learn pretty fast, unless you adopt that same trauma behavior, that you want to be loved, right? But somebody had to choose that role. And I think we're going to be, as we become more evolved and we realize the masks come off, that some of the people that we think are the absolute worst are probably some of the highest beings in the universe, and we'll be filled with gratitude and shock. That's what gives me pause and allows me not to drop into judgment. So let's remember that Source comes with all this profound love light with every breath, and each one of us are given the freedom to qualify it with whatever we choose. So how many times do we think when we're breathing, how am I qualifying this love light? We might make different decisions. So the last question I want to ask you, how do you bless life? What are some ways that you bless life? And it doesn't have to be anything major.
Gratitude and singing.
Gratitude and singing, that's beautiful.
Oh.
Lita has something.
Lita,
Wait,
hold on.
Lita, we want to let the people who are listening online hear you.
I just love putzing around in my yard and
Nice.
cleaning it up. And, it can be just a mess. And just kind of, getting in touch more with nature.
Nice.
And that's kind of my fun.
Oh, that's wonderful. And see, and your laughter, the nature loves that too. That's high music for their ears, for the elementals. Anything else?
I like to tell my neighbor yesterday. I tell my neighbor when things are going on because he's working and he's busy and he's there and then he's not there. So yesterday I was standing at the kitchen window and I saw, this is mid-afternoon, a skunk climbing up the far side of my yard, right, very close to the fence that he has that has been there forever. And I thought, I got to tell this guy. There's a skunk in the yard. It's mid-afternoon. And I texted him. I said, your dog might get sprayed by this skunk. Also, the fact that it's out and about mid-afternoon is kind of freaky, so I just wanted to let you know. So I didn't have to do that. I just thought, I've had a dog that was sprayed by a skunk before, and it's not fun to try to clean up, so I gave him my secret of how to do that. But anyway, to touch other people by giving them a little bit of knowledge of something that they need to look out for.
Yeah, right. Can you imagine choosing to incarnate as a skunk? Wow. I don't know if any of you listen to Blossom Goodchild, do you, on Sundays? Well, she channeled a voice of, it was like an insect, like an ant or something from another planet. And she was like resisting it because like she could have channeled Yeshua or Buddha or, something grand from our judgmental perspective, right? And she said, an insect? I've got to channel an insect? And they said, well, we help the flowers grow on our planet. And they were describing the joy that they had. So it's a reminder that everything is just an experience. Even the ones that are, Rudolf Steiner used to say, when people that, during the medieval ages and they were fighting and they were like, stabbing each other and all this violence that we think is horrendous, when they crossed over, they'd slap each other on their light body and say, hey, I remember you were that my wonderful enemy. Remember when I chopped your head off? And the other guy said, yeah, and I stabbed you in the gut. Wasn't that fun? I mean, how else do you have these experiences? Because it's all an illusion. It's just an experience. And the universe wants to know everything. And I got the best advice, and I'll be ending now with this word, and then I'll finish. When I was in a dementia unit, when I was in seminary, I was looking for a woman who I loved, and when my time was over, I wanted to find her to say goodbye, right? And she was in somebody else's room folding socks. She liked to do that. And when I found her, I said, Edna! And she looked up at me from the drawer. She had this beatific smile, and she said, I knew you'd find me. I love you. And that's what God says to everyone. I knew you'd find me. I love you. So the next time you feel triggered, it's just a simple thing to do. Just pause, take in a deep breath, and when your mind goes crazy with judgments and chatter and stories and false narratives and hate, just say, stop. Just stop. Just stop. And go into your heart, and those old narratives will fall away. And as you practice calm and not having to be knowing what to do next, but allowing this openness of not knowing, that leaves room for intuition. And you can look at the world with detached compassion, like an angelic witness. Your DNA strand will be activated, and we'll no longer be able to create distortion, and then we'll have stepped into our mastery, become one with the unwavering strength and comfort of Source, and tell myself, I trust in the workings of God within me and within this ever-growing world. And so it is.
Okay, so at this point, can I get a couple of people to bring forth the offering baskets? Okay, so at this point, we thank all of you for your donations and your offering, and we will hopefully be able to manifest that multifold into what we have envisioned for the future. So thank you again. Amen, amen, amen. I'm not Jerry, but I try. All right, so now we have another hymn we're going to play. It's going to be played through YouTube, and it's the words are on your on the cushions.
So maybe we could make a circle like we do sometimes?
We're going to do that at the very end.
There's a place in your heart, and I know that it is love. And this place is much brighter than tomorrow. And if you really try, you'll find there's no need to cry. In this place, you feel there's no hurt or sorrow. There are ways to get there if you care enough for the living. Make a little space, make a better place, heal the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you care enough for the living, make a better place for you and for me. There's a love that cannot lie. Love is strong, it only cares for joyful giving. If we try, we shall see. In this bliss we cannot feel. There are dreams, we stop existing and start living. Then
Kathleen, are you ready for the closing hymn, or closing benediction?
Yeah, okay. So let us go out into the
Oh, up here. Sorry.
So let us go out into the world in peace and steadfastness, sharing our gifts and exclaiming, "Look what love has made."
Amen. All right. So let's all gather in our circle, and we're going to sing our final song, which is "God Be With You." If you don't know the words, bring up the card and hold it while we sing.